Hey guys, welcome back to Not a Real Farm. So we are all doing videos on pesto this weekend and getting our links off to Miss Lippy so that we can share the videos with you guys so you can join in and make some of our recipes. And Miss Lippy is right. A lot of the times what happens is pesto, depending on the recipe you have, is never made the same. No two people make pesto alike. And she's right, even if you have the same recipe, someone's always gonna put their flair or spin on it. So my spin on making pesto, one of my secret weapons is using Swiss chard. Now Swiss chard you normally don't see in a pesto, so this is probably gonna be a little bit of a different recipe, but it certainly is a hit in my household, so we'll see how you guys feel about it once we're done creating the recipe. Let's just get some of our Swiss chard. I know a lot of you are going to say, I've never used Swiss chard in pesto before, and it is unusual, but if you're looking to try something different, it rocks. I discovered it, I don't know, a couple of years ago, just looking for different recipes, and I've sort of stuck to it ever since. We like to be a little adventurous in our household and try a few things. So get yourself a really good handful. And so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 leaves. I'm gonna probably say get about 8 leaves. Really good size ones. This rainbow chard is rocking with all the heat. Isn't that pretty? Now my basil isn't as high because of the way that the weather was here this year. Usually my basil is over 2 feet tall, but this year I'm almost a month and a half behind. So I have to use sort of what I've got. So right now I've got a gigantic basil that has decided to grow. It's the mammoth kind. So we're gonna harvest a few leaves of this and take that. Anybody wondering why I'm wearing a sweater in a greenhouse? It's because I have the doors open, and the mosquitoes, because of all the rain that we're getting, and we're getting more rain, are horrendous. So we have a big mosquito problem here this year. So here's the size of my basil leaves. And I'm just gonna hit some of the other patches. Here is one of my other basil patches. I have a lot of basil growing in sort of different areas, and I've plunked them down. But this one here is actually a lemon lime basil. So we're gonna pick a few leaves of this. I save all of my basil. These are organic basil leaves, so we will be saving some of these seeds. So lemon lime basil, packs a punch, really awesome. Taiwanese basil, because it's spicy. We like a little bit of a kick in our basil pesto here. So just a couple of leaves of Thai basil in there. And last but not least, guys, before we take these inside, let me just move this out of the way. In my bean patch here, I have what's called Hungarian parsley. And Hungarian parsley is the most wonderful tasting parsley I've ever had, and it really does something to your pesto. So we just harvest a few leaves here, and we take these in, and these are gonna be put in with it as well. Parsley is one of my favorites. So just a few leaves of Hungarian parsley. Guys, it can be any parsley. I just choose Hungarian parsley because this is just something that I prefer, but you can use any parsley that you want. Okay, so we've got our Swiss chard, we've got our basil, we've got our Hungarian parsley. Now it's time to get to the house and start making the pesto.